Hi, I'm Brent Hughes, and my political theologies paper and topic is on James Cone and Dolores Williams. And for my second paper, I'm going to connect what they say and relate it to mass incarceration. Um, for now, I'm going to talk about what I've researched so far and have. So James Cone is often called the founder of Black theology, and this is because he was in theology and um, growing up during the time of the civil rights movement and was uh, really doing a lot of work when uh, Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, and other people like that were um, at the center stage, I guess you could say. Uh, so we're going to start with Black Power and what Black Power means. Black Power is defined by James Cone in his book Black Theology and Black Power by saying the complete emancipation of black people from white oppression by whatever means black people deem necessary. So it's very straightforward, and it's just the liberation of black people from under white oppression that they're fighting for, and um, they can do it in whatever means they deem necessary. Um, One of the reasons for this is it is believed that death is a better alternative than life if it is not to be lived in freedom. Um, so if your life is not going to be free, if you're not going to be free of oppression, then what's the point of living in that if you're constantly going to be oppressed and stuff? Um, but that's why there is such a thing as Black Power, uh, because it's a humanizing force to um, stop the dehumanization and stop the oppression and show that, hey, the black community uh, does have rights, and they are people just like everyone else, and um, they are not unequal, but they are actually equal, and it's a way of affirming their being as people, as human beings in this world. And we're going to move to Christian theology, or theology of liberation, or black theology. So they're all intertwined. All three are one. There isn't Christian theology and then theology of liberation and then black theology, but it's all one. So theology of liberation, this term or way of saying Christian theology, I guess, derives from the gospel, where Jesus is there hanging out with sinners and with the oppressed and with the outsiders of the villages and different communities, and the ones that are put down by the more powerful, like the Pharisees or the Sanhedrin or the Romans. And so Jesus obviously is the center of Christianity. So if Jesus is the center of Christianity, then Christian theology must, or I mean, theology of liberation must be Christian theology. They're the same. Um, and black theology is centered on the black community and uh, the liberation of oppressed black people from under white people. Um, and their central part is the gospel of Jesus and following Jesus, because he is the liberator. Um, so that is how black theology is also Christian theology, which is also theology of liberation. They're all the same thing. They're just a little different way of saying it, I guess. And this whole concept was pretty new to me because I come from an all-white place in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan and a conservative church. So hearing that Christian theology is theology of liberation, and that's also equal to black theology, or black theology defines Christian theology, very different concept, and so it's been a little bit of a struggle to understand it. Yeah, I think I'm getting it. And part of this, like the black versus white, James Cone talks about like it's the blackness and the whiteness, not always necessarily just the skin color, but it goes deeper than skin. And like, what's your perspective? What's your view? Um, are you an oppressor, or are you a victim, or are you working with oppressors, doing the oppressing, or are you working with victims and working to um, get people out from under oppression? Um, yeah. So then the last major point is Jesus. So Jesus' work is essentially one of liberation. Like I said, he came to seek. He came to seek and save the lost. He came to hang out with sinners, tax collectors, prostitutes, all these people that were being pushed down by the government of the day, I guess you could say, the Pharisees, all those people of power. And another quote is, Jesus is where the oppressed are, and continues his work of liberation there. So he's um, very much in the midst of black theology of liberation, of these people that are constantly being oppressed and put down. And so Jesus is the center. He's the part that all these theologies are based on and work out of. Um, and yeah, so I'm gonna also get some information on Dolores Williams. Hopefully, try to find some stuff on her view of Jesus, which so far has been kind of difficult. And then we're going to talk about mass incarceration, what some of the issue with that is, and hopefully be able to decipher what I think James Cone and Dolores Williams would say about that. Thank you.